myself and I'm gonna just say wife. She's not technically wife yet, fiance still, but soon to be in my lifelong partner, 100%. Elle and I have been on this journey for the past handful of years where and we don't know exactly what to call it, but basically all of the things that normally would take up so much time and energy as we live a modern life, we've recognized that that's not really something we want to do. I think a lot of people, I know myself in the past, had what I would call infinite problems to where there's always something going on in your relationships, always something going on in the friend group, there's always something going on with your health, there's always something going on in work. And there's like every day just feels like your attention is going from problem to problem to problem to problem. And then you distract or release by doing this fun thing or going here or having this type of food, whatever it was. Life pretty much became, I have problems. I'm thinking about those problems, but I need a break from that. So I'm going to do these other things, these indulgences and desires. It was just this whole, well, I guess you can call it in a spiritual sense, a karmic loop taking place that made life feel very unconscious for us. And it just felt like we were on this autopilot going nowhere. So it's been big for us over the past handful of years to thankfully have had the opportunity to take a step back from so many things and grant ourselves the space to ask ourselves in all aspects of life, what is serving us and not serving us. And giving ourselves that space has been, the single greatest thing we could ever have done for ourselves, because we're now living a life that feels deeply, deeply intentional, right? The people we talk to, the things we do for a living are creating and are building, the food we eat, how we move our body, just all aspects of life has now reached this point where everything feels very intentional. And something beautiful has happened because of that when we have, even though it's been very difficult at times, when we have let go of things that are not serving us, it has made room for us to now live a life that feels like it has infinite possibility. The amount of joy, the amount of love, the amount of service to others that we're now able to do after this few year long season of intentional living and making those choices has now what feels as if it literally feels like we're living in a different dimension to where our life is now this constant flow of creation, of connection, of all the great things life has to offer. And when life becomes that, every day feels like a great day. We can't remember the last time we felt as if we had a bad day. And again, this is on the end, or it's the result of years of looking at the things that for decades prior were very hard to look at. Why are we afraid to show up on social media? Why are we having this type of beef with certain friends or family members? Why are we neglecting certain parts of our health? Like all of it, the stones in the field that we all just turned over one by one by one. And not saying we're perfect now, not saying it still isn't probably a lot more for us to uncover. That definitely is the case. But we've reached the point to where every single time you turn over a stone and face it and embrace it, whatever needs to happen, whether it's an action or just letting it go altogether, is no longer serving you. It has allowed us to have so much more space in our life to make everything intentional. And that has just been a beautiful process. And when you do that in a world that is unconscious, that isn't intentional, people start to notice. It's like your being feels vibrant. You feel lighter. And that's all we really want, right? We think, or we're told the car, the house, the certain person or whatever is going to give us that feeling, but it never does. But when you see others that maybe are just a tad bit further along that process of actually enjoying life, which I believe we're all capable of, there's something magnetic about those people. And thankfully, as we've been on this journey, we've attracted so many others that are also on that journey, whether that we can learn from or they can learn from us, as we're all just friends walking each other home, it feels. And over the past few months, as we've really fine tuned all of this, and I'll go into exactly what that means in our personal life and business life, but as we fine tune all of this, it's gotten to the point to where through dreams, through meditation, through all these other practices that we have, these mindfulness practices, one central theme has taken place. And that is that it is time to only play infinite games.